Welcome back to my kitchen. I am just done weeding my garden and now I'm ready to can some coleslaw. I got 3 medium-size-ish cabbage that I bought from the store, and I'm gonna shred these first. Also, I used 2 big carrots. I already peeled these. And I'm gonna shred 1.5 onions. So you wanna peel off the outer leaves. Usually those are not so nice. You want to cut them into quarters. And cut out the core. Cut off any unpleasant pieces if you find them. And today I'm gonna be trying to be efficient and use my machine. The feeding tube is kind of skinny. I'm gonna have to slice the cabbage to fit it through. This will be noisy. So I like them sort of thin in strings like that. And I'm just gonna dump this into my pot behind you. And we'll be back when I'm done with all the cabbage. This is the last of the cabbage that I had to shred. And I have 2 pots here pretty full, but that's okay. These gonna shrink because now I'm gonna add some salt. Into each of these pots I'm gonna put a tablespoon of salt, and we're gonna leave the salt on it for about 2 hours because that helps us to keep it nice and crispy. As this shrinks in the process, I will come around and keep mixing this up so the salt gets to the bottom as well. So for the carrots, I'm gonna use a different side of the blade, which will be shredding it finely instead of slicing it. Same thing with the onions, but I'm going to go ahead and distribute this between the 2 pots. So we have equal amounts. Okay, we're done with the machine for today. So I'm gonna start mixing this up with the salt and everything, the carrots and the onions. I'm gonna go ahead and make my syrup that's gonna go with the coleslaw in the jars. Start out with 3 cups of sugar, 3 cups of vinegar, 2 cups of water, and 2 tablespoons of mustard. While this is cooking, I'm gonna start sterilizing my jars. Okay, I'm gonna start filling my jars. They've been sterilized in the oven, in 215 oven for 15 minutes. I'll try not to make too much of a mess. And I want to press it down to stuff my jars to the bottom of the funnel. And then I'm going to come and pour the vinegar, sugar, mustard mixture on this. Might be a little too much in that one. In the meantime, I have my kettle coming to the boil. Here's my hot syrup. I fill the jars with the liquid. Again, up to the bottom of the funnel, and I'll come around and debubble each of these and put some more liquid in them as they settle. I'm gonna take a wooden spoon and just push it down on the sides of the jar to get the trapped air out, debubble them. And as I do that, the liquid level goes down, so I'm gonna top it off. This is fine. I'm gonna take a wet paper towel and wipe the rims off. Make sure nothing gets in the way of the seal. As you can see, I did spill some, so definitely needs to be wiped. I had some nice hot water and put my jar lids and the rings in it so they can preheat. I'm going to tighten the rings just enough so it will hold down the lid to the jar. And then I'm going to start loading these into my water bed canner that's started to boil. My canner is full with the 7 pints. I'm gonna turn up the heat to medium just so it starts boiling again. And I have about an inch of water above my jars. That's how I like to do this. And I'm gonna process this canner for 15 minutes. Pot full of coleslaw, so I'm gonna go ahead and make up another batch of the brine and get 7 more pint jars if I have them for the next batch. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the jars from the canner from my second batch. Now the first batch, all of them already popped down. And how do I know? Because the way they sound. Okay, so I got 17 pint jars of coleslaw canned. I'm gonna let them cool down nicely and then remove the rings probably tomorrow morning and wipe them down. Some of them are a little sticky. And label them with the date and content and take them to the storage. When I serve these, I'm gonna be probably serving them as creamy coleslaw, meaning that I'm gonna drain the liquid and I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of mayonnaise, and a little bit of black pepper, and that's how it's gonna get served. The other thing I wanted to point out is that wait a couple of weeks before you start eating it, because you want the brine to penetrate, to actually pickle your cabbage. Final sum of the brine that you're gonna need to make for 10 pounds of cabbage or 17 pints of coleslaw, you will need 7.5 cups of vinegar, 7.5 cups of sugar, 5 cups of water, and 5 tablespoons of mustard if you want to make the brine all together, because I made them in batches. I'll see you next time.